What is going on, everybody? My name is Dylan Knostman here with Mom's Basement MMA, and I am joined by a very special guest today, Ashley the Beast Reece, ahead of his welterweight title fight at UFL 4 here in Mesa, Arizona, this next Saturday, April 27th. How are you doing, man? How's the trip over from the UK getting to Arizona?
Yeah, good. It's quite easy this time. We didn't have as many flights as last time. We only had 2 flights, so it run quite smooth. It's good, man.
That's good. Yeah, so it's not often that you see a international prospect coming over from from the UK fighting in some Arizona-based promotions. How'd you find yourself with the UFL? How'd you kind of get that connection being so far from their headquarters?
I love it. They treat me well, so it's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some really tough guys in the division. They test me and they do everything right, mate. They're setting the standard.
It's been a long road. I was watching some of your earlier fights from about 10 years ago for a full Contact Contender series. Obviously now you're fighting for the welterweight title, 9-2 professional record. What's it been like, making this journey, getting to this point, and what does it mean for you to be fighting for a belt at this point for such an awesome promotion?
Just a constant test, really. I'm always looking to test myself and push myself. With a lot of the promotions I've been with, they've been hard tests. Like I've been with Full Contact Contender, I've been with ACB, I've been with Bellator. They're decent promotions with decent fighters. You can't hide. It's one of them. Like you're either going to get stuck in and fight these top lads, or you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to end up staying on the regional scene, which is not what I want to do. I want to fight the biggest and baddest guys. And at the moment, UFL give me the biggest and baddest guys. So it's exciting, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you spoke about not being able to run and hide, and obviously you're coming off a tournament. This is the Grand Prix. You fought a couple times already, earning your way to this title. A little bit different than, say a normal title shot for another promotion. What's it been like fighting in the tournament style, and what's your opinion on the tournament Grand Prix kind of format for MMA?
I think it's great fun. It's better because you have to stay active and you're in a camp. It's a bit like Joe, like when you get what's it called, team sports where you're in season. Yeah. It's probably easier to prepare because you're fit for a period of time.
Yeah.
So at the moment, because this has been delayed a while, I've been in camp pretty much all year round, more than a year. I've not really had any time off, and I've come on leaps and bounds because I've been in the gym constantly. I've not missed, skipped a beat in anything. I've just been getting after it all the time.
Yeah, that's
since August, when I knew I was going to be in the final. It's been August to December, and it's got delayed, and then it went to March. So like every time there's been a bit of a delay, it's not really been a big deal. It's just been okay, I've got a little bit more time to make even more improvements.
Absolutely. Well, I'm coming off fight camp myself, and anytime there's bumps in the roads, it's always just keeping that focus and maintaining. I'm going to be fighting, not a matter of if, but when. And keeping that focus. So I definitely hear you there. So talking about how much you've leveled up, obviously through the fights that I've watched I've seen you fight twice live for UFL now, and you got a very well-rounded skill set. You love your low kicks, great wrestling. You obviously got good power, good size. What do you what's your favorite part of your game, or what do you view as kind of your strongest skill set?
Not really sure, to be honest. I'm well-rounded. Like I feel I'm well-rounded. I want to be a complete mixed martial artist. It just depends on what my opponent gives me.
Yeah,
that's it pretty much. If they want to strike, then a lot of the time, if I'm happy striking and there's not a takedown there, then I'll carry on striking. But if they're going to make it easy for me and there's a takedown there, then I can take someone down and beat them up, and I'll do that. Just depends on how the fight pans out. Sometimes people they expose things and you're like, oh, thanks, I was looking for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like MMA is so matchup dependent and style dependent. Styles make fights. You hear that all the time. So being able to transition between, what your opponent gives you and still have success anywhere is a huge skill and feather in your cap, I'm sure. So coming up, you're facing Nikolay Veretennikov in the co-main event of UFL 4. Obviously, you talk about UFL giving you tough opponents. This is a tough guy. What's your approach? What do you know about your opponent? And especially now that it's 5 rounds for this fight, what's kind of your mindset going into this matchup?
Yeah, I've watched him he's been on the other side of the bracket of the tournament. That's one of the good things about the tournament. You get to see who you're going to potentially fight, which is fun. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a knockout artist. He's a finisher, so it'd be fun. So yeah, I think this fight's going to be a finish full stop. If I don't finish him, he's going to finish me. That's the only way he's going to beat me, if he puts me asleep or knocks me out. Any other way, if it goes the distance, he ain't beating me. I'll tell you that now. He's not going to beat me if it's over 25 minutes. No, I'll put my money, for me, 9 out of 10 against most people over 25 minutes. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that's good. You have confidence in your gas tank, and obviously 25 minutes gives you more time to get the fight done within that time period. So hopefully no judges needed. Outside of MMA, obviously, you say you've been in camp for the last year. Obviously, that takes a lot of focus and effort, but you got to do some stuff to keep you relaxed, focused, non-MMA related. Tell me a little bit about what you like to, relax with, what you like to do outside the cage, outside of training camp, about your personal life a little bit.
Family first, I'd say. Try and spend as much time with my family as I can, because believe it or not, when you're training, you don't really get to see your family. You're sort of passing ships, as they say. Other than that, to be fair, I do a lot of I cross train a lot, so I do other events, like I do fitness competitions and I do ultra marathons. I do anything to push my body, because I know that if I push myself outside of camp and I'm not in camp, I can get to a point where I'm going to be like leaps and bounds ahead of people, because people just fight for camps, and I'm not that sort of fighter. I'm training all year round. I'm working on my improvements constantly. I haven't got a fight book. That's just work. That's better for me, because it gives me more time to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fight camp really is for specifics. Outside of fight camp, that's when you make the most improvements. And with the way this fight has gone, and the way it's been delayed a few times, has been even better for me. Just give me more time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you hear a lot of fighters have the saying, the longer you wait, the worse it's going to get for the opponent. It's just going to get.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
The more you level up, the hardest it's going to get.
I'm not being funny. I hope it's the same way for my opponent. I hope he's leveled up as well. So I look forward to having an even better opponent. I hope he's 5 times better than he was last time, because that's fun for me, man. I want to big some bad guys. I want to beat him at his best. I don't want to beat him when he's not as good. I want to beat him at his absolute best, and people be shocked. People say, "How did you beat him?" I say, "That's what level I'm at." So I want to show that soon.
Absolutely. So, obviously, you're probably at the start of your weight cut. Don't mean to talk about food, but obviously, food's a big thing for us fighters. Especially after you get through that weight cut. What's the thing you're looking forward to most? Maybe as a post weight cut meal or a post celebration win meal. What's on your mind?
I'm a pretty consistent person. I do the same things all the time. I think that's where you gain the most progress. In the same things every time. Even in and out of camp, I eat the same stuff.
Nice.
Because you're getting closer to the fight, it's just less. So it's just in moderation. Same as after the fight, it'd be in moderation. The way I am, straight after my fight, it's not, let's have a look. It's like, okay, what's next?
What's next? Always.
Pretty much as soon as I finish that fight and the final bell goes, it's what's next. What have we got to do next? How can we improve? And that's it. I've never been a person that will sit and dwell on what I've done. I'm as I have to put it, I like being a hunter. I like hunting things. Once I've killed whatever I've done, then that's it. I'll hunt the next thing. I'm not really interested in looking at the journey. I'll look at the journey when I call it a day. But until then, I'm constant. I'll focus on hunting as much as I can.
I love it. So looking forward, get the job done Saturday night. What do you see kind of as 2024 shaping out for you? What do you have as future plans? Obviously, you never stop working, so I'm sure you're going to look for something soon afterward. But how do you see this year going for you?
Staying active, defending my title, fighting the baddest guys around, the baddest guys probably outside the UFC, because if they're in the UFC, I can't fight them. But other than that, any killers that are out there that want to fight in the UFL, then let's go, man. I'm ready to go, mate. UFL give me a great platform to work, and I want to work. So let's go, man.
Let's go. So last but not least, you want to give any shout outs to sponsors, coaches, teammates, anybody who's really helped you get to this point for this fight coming up Saturday?
Thank anyone. It's been a long journey since August. So I'd like to thank all my sponsors, all my training partners. I won't name them all because it'd be all day. And I just don't want anyone to feel left out, because everyone's helped me. If it's a little or big, help is help. So I thank everyone. I thank my missus and my kid for putting up with me, because I'm a pain in the ass. I'll be honest with you. Like, being in fight camp is like, for having a daughter, is seeing dad hardly ever. And the same for my missus. She sees me like as I'm walking past. You're lucky if you see each other for a few hours a day. So thank her for putting up with me for that long, and hopefully we'll get the reward out of it, and that's it. We'll get the fruits of our labour in a week's time.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you will. I'm very, very excited to see you go out there and do your thing. Everybody tune in to UFL 4 next Saturday on Rumble TV. Check out my boy Ashley the Beast Reece in the co-main event against Nikolay Veretennikov for the welterweight title. And once again, best of luck and thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for your help. Thank you. See you, mate.
Awesome. Appreciate it.